kept asking questions about, you know, a new home, right?
Nakita ko, interested eh.
Sige, simulan nyo na.
Hint, hint.
Quiet siya today. Na-miss mo ba itong handshake?
Yes, of course. Nice to see you guys back.
Okay, but thank you once again. Great to have this again. The handshake between the ladies of the big story and here on Play by Play. Thank you once again to Madam Ces, to Ate Sean, and to Boss Pauline. Tonight on the show, we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves moving on to the NBA Western Conference Finals. Plus, the Boston Celtics surviving elimination despite the absence of Jason Tatum.
And we've got the aftermath of NU's championship victory in UAAP women's volleyball. Find out what graduating superstars Bella Belen and Alyssa Solomon have to say as they close their collegiate careers with another crown.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Sheska Litton-Calao.
And here's tonight's Play-by-Play.
On the left side. Oh, the pass! Bakunas rejecting Esteban for the
Ant-Man, well, more like Thanos at this point, just collecting stones and dropping veterans left and right. Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves knock out another superstar team to advance to their second straight Western Conference Finals. What a struggle the whole season, but many finishing off the Golden State Warriors in Game 5 of their series, 121 to 110. The Wolves entered the payoff period with a 21-point lead and had little trouble holding on to a double-digit win. Of course, the Dubs were still without Steph Curry. The two-time MVP missed 4 straight games of the semifinal series due to a strained left hamstring that he sustained in Game 1. Julius Randle led Minnesota's attack with 29 points. Edwards added 22 markers and, get this, a playoff career high 12 assists. Brandon Pajemski and Jonathan Kuminga tried to spark Golden State's comeback with a combined 54 points, but to no avail. The Wolves now wait for the winner between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Denver Nuggets. Here's Randle after reaching the conference finals for the first time in his 11-year NBA career.
It's great. It's great. You know, we've had a season full of adversity, and I mean, Coach said at the end of the regular season, we didn't do anything as far as trades or fire coaches. We just stuck together, and we got through it together. So I'm super proud of our team, man. Everybody has stepped up in some type of way this year, and you got win number 8. You got to keep going.
I know you told me pregame. Well, I have to ask about that guy right there. He had a playoff career high, 12 assists. You two just worked so well off of each other. How does he help to elevate everyone's game around him?
I said the other day, he's the brightest star in the room. Anywhere he goes, all eyes on him, and it's no different than on the court. So I just try to make the game easy for him. I try to push him, challenge him to go be great. He should have had 3 more rebounds. He stopped playing. So I'm on him for that. But, I mean, what he does every night for our team is special. And he's only 23. So, I mean, it's what he's doing, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I just try to help him out, you know. But he made the game easy for all of us, to be honest.
The injury to Steph Curry is the easy answer as to why the Warriors lost to the Timberwolves. But for Golden State head coach Steve Kerr, his team still had a legit chance to survive until their main man could come back. Kerr says the turning point came in Game 3 when the Dubs got real close to winning at home. That particular contest went down to the wire with Anthony Edwards providing the heroics to help Mini pull off the victory. Ant-Man finished with 36 points in that encounter, including a dagger 3 with 1 minute and 19 seconds to go. Here's Coach Kerr looking back on his team's huge what-if moment.
Well, we obviously came in here and won Game 1, coming right off of Game 7. And I don't think it was an issue. I thought Game 3 was the key to the series. We're at 1-1, and we've got a 6-point lead in the mid-fourth, and they made huge plays down the stretch of that game, and that was the one we needed to get. And then I thought the last two games they broke free offensively. I mean, they shot 63% tonight. We couldn't stop them. We actually did everything we wanted to accomplish. We dominated the possession game. We got 39 threes up, but 12 more field goal attempts, 15 more free throws. We did everything we needed to do to win the game. But they shot 63%. So ultimately, you've got to be able to guard and get stops, and we weren't able to do that.
Now here is one team that did stave off elimination despite the absence of their main man. The Boston Celtics, once again proving that age-old saying that you should never underestimate the heart of a champion. Cliche, I know, but worked for the C's, keeping their title defense alive, beating the New York Knicks in Game 5 of their series, 127-102. After battling to a stalemate in the first half, Boston took off after the break, outscoring New York 68-43. Swiss knife Derek White led all scorers with 34 points, including 7 triples. Jaylen Brown added 26 markers, 8 rebounds, and 12 assists. The two players stepping up here with Jason Tatum still sidelined, well, of course, due to his right Achilles tendon. Prayers up for JT. The C's also dealt with Kristaps Porzingis playing only 12 minutes because of a viral illness. He could not breathe. Knicks forward Josh Hart, who got bloodied up late in the first quarter with an inadvertent elbow, finished with a team-high 24 points in a losing effort. The Knicks still lead the series, though, 3-2, as it heads back to MSG. The all-important Game 6 will take place, yes, in the Big Apple in New York this Saturday, 8 a.m. Philippine time. Now, here's Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla already talking about their next must-win outing.
That's just who they are as people. I mean, just the character of those guys. A lot of these guys have been around the league a long time, and they've seen a lot. And to me, you just rely on the character of the guys, the togetherness, the staff. At the end of the day, you don't get to pick the test that you have. You just pick how you respond to them, and that's kind of how life works, Those plays that impact leads and impact winning, transition, leak out dunks, offensive rebound threes, the momentum plays, the things that can impact us. We minimize those tonight, and we have to continue to do that. 4 hours ago, we just had to win one game. Now we just have to win one game, and that's just kind of how you have to look at it. So we got to win one road game. Obviously, they're going to play their absolute best, and we're going to have to do whatever it takes. But I think just constantly looking at it, I just got to win one game and take it from there.
Ahead of Game 5 between the Celtics and the Knicks, Boston superstar Jason Tatum shared his first message on social media since having surgery on a ruptured right Achilles tendon. Tatum is seen giving a thumbs up from his hospital bed, seemingly letting fans and teammates know he's doing fine. In his caption, JT wrote, quote, "Thankful for all the love and support." Tatum underwent surgery yesterday soon after suffering the injury in Game 4 of the East semis against the Knicks. He's now out for the rest of the Celtics' bid for back-to-back titles. While the team said he's expected to make a full recovery, no timetable has been given for his return. As was previous cases of Achilles injuries, the 6-time All-Star is expected to miss most, if not the entirety, of next season as well. Despite this unfortunate incident, the other half of Boston's Jays, Jaylen Brown, remains positive of the team's chances.
I appreciate the fans that showed up tonight. It was a great atmosphere. It was loud, and I know it's easy to kind of write things off. Obviously, unfortunate what happened to JT, but we still got basketball to be played. I believe in this group, so, don't count us out just yet. Just come out and play. Obviously, the air kind of left the room after hearing the news with JT. So, we didn't want to go out like that. We didn't want to make no excuses. We didn't want to come out and give up or just turn the season in like what everybody else probably would expect. So we just said to the guys, said to each other, let's come out, keep an open mind. Like, just come out and play basketball, be ready to go, and guard your ass off and take it from there. And we was able to find a way to win tonight.
Well, making it to the second round of the playoffs is a notable accomplishment for most NBA teams, but not to this season's Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs finished the regular season with a record of 64 wins and 18 losses. That's the second best in franchise history. They were the top seed in the East and second overall, just right behind the West-leading Oklahoma City Thunder. In the first round, Cleveland lived up to the billing as they swept the 8th-seeded Miami Heat. But everything came crumbling down in the next stage when they lost to the Indiana Pacers in 5 games. Injuries may have played a factor, but the Cavs' late-game execution went south as well. Cleveland superstar Donovan Mitchell summed up his squad's disappointing end to the season and shares how this has affected him greatly.
I haven't been asleep yet. Probably watched the game twice. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's just, you put a lot into a season. You overcome, different things throughout you accomplish different things throughout the season, and you feel like you're right there on the cusp, and then it to end this way is, it's tough, and but ultimately you can just go one of two ways. You can let it deter you from your goal, or you can find a way to let it feel to you. It's the way it is. Life ain't fair, Look, I mean, you see guys say, like, we are very blessed to be in this position and do what we do. If the criticism, if one of the pressures or the things that we have are us getting killed over this, gotta get criticized somewhere. You know what I mean? And it's just what it is. This is a blessing to be able to play this game, but you gotta take what comes with it. It's a blessing to take care of my family, but you gotta be prepared for what comes with it. I've been saying it to you all year.
Coming up here on the show, a strong start, a fierce fight, but not enough to break through. Alex Ayala and Coco Gauff bow out of the Italian Open after a close quarter-final duel. The details of that story and a lot more coming your way when Play-by-Play returns only here on One News. we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play-by-Play only on One News. Alex Ayala and Coco Gauff's doubles run in Rome has unfortunately come to an end. The tandem fell to defending champions Sara Errani and Jasmine Paolini in the quarterfinals of the 2025 Italian Open. It was a really close fight that ended in 3 sets, 7-5, 3-6, and 10-7. Ayala and Gauff started strong, building a 5-3 lead in the opening set, but just couldn't hold off a surge from the Italian duo. They forced a match tie-break after taking the second set, but Errani and Paolini held their composure to seal the victory and eventually advance to the semis. Gauff continues her campaign in the women's singles finals. Ayala, on the other hand, exits the tournament after a first-round loss in singles earlier this week.
Back here at home, the NLEX Road Warriors believe their next 2 games will be a huge test amid their strong start to the PBA Philippine Cup. After blowing out the Terra Firma Jeep for their 5th straight win, 117-87, NLEX will next play 2 tough teams in a 3-day span. On the 23rd, the Road Warriors will take on the Converge Fiber Xers before facing the defending All-Filipino champions Meralco Bolts on the 25th. NLEX head coach Jong Wichico says this would be a good evaluation on where the team stands at this point in their campaign. Good thing they have more than a week to rest and prepare. Wichico also noted the Road Warriors improved rebounding this conference, which they have to sustain, especially against the Fiber Xers, who are being anchored by twin towers Justin Arana and Justin Baltazar. Here's Wichico talking about their next opponents.
We'll take this time to get better. Mabigat yung... Actually, lahat man ng kalaban namin, mabibigat talaga eh. Now, buti medyo nakapuhunan, pero yung back-to-back games talagang it's a test. It's going to be a test, back-to-back games versus Converge playing very well. 2 big men, size, dominating talaga si Balti tsaka si Rania. Tapos pagdating naman Meralco, very cohesive unit kasi nag-championship na. So yeah, it's going to be a test for us the next 2 games. Lead kami pero malaki puso. So because rebounding I think is other than it is technique, di ba? Yung gusto mo mag-rebound eh. It's more effort, more rather than the technique side. It is just the double effort, extra effort to try to get the ball. And it has nothing to do with me. Sila yun. Sila yung naggagawa ng effort para maka-rebound. So we have to try to find some type of advantage. Because size-wise, wala kami makita advantage talaga eh. Size in length. So we don't see any advantage. So we have to find a way where we can negate that disadvantage.
Just like NLEX, the Magnolia Hotshots will also put their hot streak on the line against a series of strong teams. Magnolia is currently undefeated here after 6 games in the Philippine Cup. Their latest victory came at the expense of the defending champions, the Meralco Bolts, 117-92. The win was marred by a fight in the final minutes. The Hotshots will next play another physical team, the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters, this coming Sunday. Magnolia head coach Chito Victorero says his team expects a grind-out game every time they face physical teams like Meralco and ROS, but noted that they're ready to take on the challenge. After ROS, Magnolia has Northport, Barangay Ginebra, and NLEX all coming right up. Here's Victorero talking about their preparation in the final stretches of the eliminations.
Try to see kung yung mga pag-aralan namin yung rain or shine ko, anong gagawin namin. And expect naman natin yun eh. Every time we face Meralco, rain or shine, physical. So we're ready naman. I mean, mga players ko naman, veterano na rin yan eh. Alam naman nila kung ano yung pupuntahan nilang game. So yun lang. Mentally, kailangan lang namin mag-prepare. It's a good start, Jel. But sabi ko nga, hindi kami pwedeng magpangkampante dahil hindi naman dito natatapos yung conference. So we're looking forward for the next few games because it will be a test for us. Rain or Shine, and then Northport, and then Ginebra. So, yung mga ano din naman, yung mga standing dikit-dikit din I think Nenlex there, San Miguel, Converge, Ginebra. So, and then Talking Text, 3 consecutive wins na rin yan. So, I think hindi pwedeng mag-relax. Kailangan, sabi ko nga sa mga players ko, we keep on working hard because that's the secret I mean, they are embracing and buy into that hard work.
Friday night basketball takes over the Phil Sports Arena with another doubleheader on tap in the PBA Philippine Cup. Action starts at 5 p.m. between the Converge Fiber Xers and Northport Batang Pier. The Fiber Xers look to get back on track after a loss over the weekend, while the Batang Pier hope to end their skid at 4 games. Then, in the primetime match at 7:30 p.m., it's the Phoenix Fuel Masters taking on crowd favorites Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. The Fuel Masters are looking to grab a big win against the Gin Kings, who are up and down so far this conference. Catch both games live on PBA Rush, RPTV, and streaming on the Pilipinas Live app. After the break, tears, tributes, and one last huddle. The NU Lady Bulldogs Golden Duo look back on a volleyball journey that defined an era. What's next for Bella Belen and Alyssa Solomon? Find out when play-by-play returns right here on One News.
You're watching Play-by-Play only here on One News. Welcome back. Okay, let's go to the big board right away. And now we've got the PBA and the NBA tonight's highlight reel for you. First up, simulan muna natin sa Philippine Cup. It's Magnolia and Meralco in the fourth, under 9 minutes to play. Look at the passing here. Baroka to Lucero, inside Paul Lee, and then to Sangalang. What a teamwork there. Only one Magnolia player was able to touch the ball in that possession. It was Rome De La Rosa. Yes, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 to Sanggalang. And that's one of Pauli's 2 assists, by the way, Sanggalang. Meanwhile, finishing with 16 points, 9 rebounds, and hot shots. Just on a roll here. Really hottest team in the Philippine Cup. Their 6th straight win, 117-92, to keep their record clean. Just immaculate. Up next, let's go to the NBA. Game 5 between the Wolves and the Warriors in Mini. The miss, Looney to Kuminga. Straight to the basket. Is this what Golden State has been missing all along when Kerr decided not to play Kuminga? Well, on that play, he did detonate over Rudy Gobert. Unfortunately, it was a losing effort here because they still lost the game. But Kuminga, 26 big points coming off the bench for the Dubs, as I said, in a losing cause. Okay, roll the next play now. Same game, but this time, let's go to Mini's side. Pat Spencer, yes, the lacrosse player, stolen away by Dante DiVincenzo, all the way for the two-handed flush. Woo, over Buddy Hield. Look at DiVincenzo. He's been playing a solid addition for DiVincenzo. Again, he was part of that trade that sent Cat to New York, that sent Julius Randle and Dante to Minnesota in the offseason. And now he's making wonders, playing great in the playoffs. Much needed for Mini coming off the bench. And Dante DiVincenzo chipping in here, 13 points and 4 steals, again, coming off the Minnesota bench. Okay, one more play from Minnesota before we move to the Eastern Conference. Naz Reid, up, and away to Jaden McDaniels. Naz driving and dishing. Woo, reversal of roles there. But we know McDaniels has the athleticism to complete that play. Nothing Draymond and Buddy Hield can do there on that sequence. Minnesota was just clicking here on all corners and just running every play. There was just, never a doubt that they would actually win this one at home. Naz Reid had 8 points, 4 boards, and that assist right there, that was his lone dime. Jaden, by the way, had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and as many steals. The Wolves beat the Warriors in Game 5, send them packing back to San Francisco. Final score 121-110. The Wolves advance to the Western Conference Finals where for the 2nd straight year. And this time, they will wait for the winner between the OKC Thunder and the Denver Nuggets. Lastly, Celtics-Knicks, Game 6. Let's go to the East. Without Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown up to Luke Kornet. Stepping up. Yes, Kristaps Porzingis could not breathe at one point in the game, and Kornet stepped up big time. What a game for Luke Kornet. And what a pass there from Jaylen Brown on that sequence. Boston winning at home and prolonging this series as it heads back to New York. Kornet, by the way, magic bunot to in this game ni Joe Mazzulla. 10 points, 9 rebounds, get this, 7 blocks. Celtics force Game 6 in the East semis, and they take on New York in New York. 127-102, by the way, final score here. Again, series moves back to the Big Apple. More pressure, the Knicks maybe, because of course, if Boston wins that one, Game 7, back in Boston. And by the way, the game is this Saturday, 8 a.m. Philippine time. Okay, check, let's go to you.
Thank you for the highlights. Before we go, how about we hear from the reigning queens of UAAP volleyball? As her time with NU officially comes to a close, 3-time MVP and champion Bella Belen showed great appreciation for the 11 years she's been with the school. The Lady Bulldogs, led by Belen, practically defined the current era of UAAP women's volleyball. They won 3 of the last 4 championships, including this season, after yet another dominant campaign. Here's Belen following yesterday's championship clincher. If you're wondering, why you crying, Vela? Well, it's all to do with what she'll miss most about her career with the blue and gold.
Ako, siguro yung mga teammates ko talaga. And yung community. Kasi yung teammates ko matagal ko nang nakasama yun. Parang halos 11 years ko na sila nakasama. So, pag siguro nilook back ko yung panahon ko sa NU, sila agad yung una kong maalala. Hindi yung championship, hindi yung mga trophy, kumbaga yung pagsasamahan namin. Kasi yun yung hindi mapapalitan ng kahit sino. Kung ano yung nabuo naming samahan. Yeah. I'm very thankful din na sa NU ko napunta and hindi ko sinukuan yung pangarap ko and sa NU ko siya tinuloy. Kasi parang halos kalahati ng buhay ko nasa NU po ako. Kalahati talaga, 22 na po ako 11 years ako sa NU. Kumbaga, inalagaan po nila kami. Hindi nila kami tinuring na parang basta player lang. Tinuring kami na parang anak talaga sa NU. Malaking part siya ng buhay ko na pwede kong madala sa susunod na career ko.
The same goes for Alyssa Solomon with her collegiate years over. The superstar opposite hitter is confident with how the Lady Bulldogs will fare even without her and Belen. As for what's next, Solomon is keeping her doors open to any opportunity.
Sobrang saya kasi may iwan kaming legacy sa mga bata. And ayun, sana ma-apply din nila yung may iwan namin sa kanila. Pero dito pa rin naman kami to support them and to guide them pa rin. Pahinga muna yung nilook forward ko. And then, kung may opportunities overseas, sige, grab natin. And yun, kasi for experience na rin naman yun. Pero kasi may alas din po eh. So, siguro yun din muna, alas din. Let's see. Open naman po ako sa kahit anong opportunity sa akin. So, yun po. Pero for now, talaga, rest muna yung katawan po.
Congratulations to both Bella and Alyssa. I just remember back in 2022 when Bella won Rookie of the Year, MVP Rookie of the Year, and they won the championship that year. That was na-interview ko sila noon. They even went to the studio. That was for a different But ang bilis. Sabi ko ngayon, for clarification, may one playing year pa sila but they decided to forgo.
Yes.
So ganun kabilis yung
But I mean, what a career for both of them. As you mentioned, rookie MVP in 2022 plus 2 more MVP awards. 3-time best outside hitter, 3-time champion, yes, for Bella. And then Alyssa, 2-time best opposite spiker, 2024 finals MVP. And of course, congratulations also to Coach Sherwin Meneses. Oh my goodness.
Coach Sherwin, dami ng utang yan. Pakain ka naman, Coach Sherwin. Congratulations ulit sa NU and to Bella and Alyssa. Great careers in the UAP. That's all for us tonight. And catch us again tomorrow, yes, Friday, to end the work week at 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Lituncalao. Thank you for watching. Good night.